everyone, this is Her Outlet speaking to y'all, and you are listening to Egypt's Introspective Podcast. Let it be a happy, relaxing Tuesday, y'all. I know, it's probably gonna be a rainy week. It's cloudy outside. We are in the mountains right now. So if you listening, then you got my soothing voice to match it. Just had a girl, in my class say, "Oh, you have a relaxing, calming voice," and I was like, "Oh, thank you. I always get that." So back to the matter at hand. Today's episode will be pretty heavy, but imperative to talk about because it needs to be addressed. And just a quick recap on episode 2 and hashtag vulnerable hour on growing up with the absent parent. That was a heavy topic as well, and thank you to those who listened and to those who could relate, to those who couldn't relate, to those who shared it out. Thank you for giving me a chance. And today's episode is the fact that men can't take rejection and the violent actions that follow after that, because I'm about tired of seeing tragic posts on Instagram and other platforms about girls who either end up missing, their bodies being found, they just being shot in the leg and stuff, jumped. And these are mainly black men doing this, and I just don't understand what's going on. Like I said, it needs to be addressed, and certain men literally just can't take rejection out here. And if a woman turn them down, then they proceed to harass them, assault us, and literally proceed to hurt us because they ego shattered. So I seen this post, right? And this a girl I follow. Her name is @Felicia Ben with 3 N's. And the caption said, "Rule number 1, when trying to speak to a lady, if you see her sitting alone, don't feel entitled to the empty seat next to her. Ask to sit. I could have been waiting for someone, and sometimes we genuinely like being alone." I know, crazy, right? And number 2, don't make assumptions, because 9 times out of 10, you're going to be wrong. This man assumed that I didn't choose to be alone and that all women like champagne. Number 3, I'm not the one or 2. It's the arrogance for me. Then walked away mumbling ish under his breath. Men come up to me all day, every day, but some of y'all are rude as F, and I'll happily, politely check your egos for you. What's the craziest pickup line you received so far? Now we not gonna talk about pickup lines, because we talking about the matter at hand. And it's crazy. And this is not the first post she made about that. And she literally, if you scroll through the pictures, she literally has a video of the man trying to talk to her after she politely proceeded to tell the man, "No, thank you. It's okay. No, I don't drink that." And the man just kept talking, kept following her. And obviously in the video, she looked mad uncomfortable. And I just don't understand why men can't just go on about their business. Especially if the girl is politely telling you to, get going. Just get going. It's not rocket science. It's not that serious. I just don't understand why. It must take a person with a real serious problem. That's a serious problem in itself, to have to proceed to hurt a whole woman in the streets because the fact that they rejected you and you can't take it one bit. And I think it's extremely just outright disrespectful for a man to also call a woman out her name. like if she were to reject that man as well, like just, take the rejection and go. And not to sound like insensitive, but that don't even fit into the equation when you taking your ego and forcing it upon these women. Like, it's just too many cases of men following women and like eventually killing them. And it was one case of this black man flirting with, I think it was a group of them. And yeah, they was offering to buy her a drink or something. Something they was offering. And, the woman politely, these were black men, by the way. I don't know if they was all black, but from the video, they all looked black. And the woman was black as well. And that's also the thing. Most of these men be black that I be seeing. And that's the sad part. But that's included in another topic for another day. But she politely rejected. And when she went out, she was in a liquor store. So when she went outside, this was in Manhattan too. When she went outside, the men proceeded to surround her so she couldn't escape. And honestly, if I was in her shoes, I don't know. And I'm wondering, like, no one was going to help? I don't understand. The people inside the store wasn't going to help. But I wouldn't have known what to do either if all the men would have surrounded me like that. Because naturally, men are more stronger than women. But they surrounded her. And they proceeded to start punching and kicking on her. Like, they jumped her outside that store. And she recalled one of the men biting on her and just scratching and stuff. Like, what is going on out here? Y'all need to do better. It says, while stopping by a West Harlem liquor store around 6 p.m. on Monday, the woman said the men offered to buy her a bottle of wine, but she politely declined. And it says, the video shared by the New York Police Department shows the men surrounded her outside the store, which is where she said they attacked her. And she said, I couldn't believe it. It was like an animal. That's the only way I can put it. It was like an animal. And during the attack, as she was being bitten and spit on, someone stole her $750 phone. Now, that's just... I can't. And then with this other case, I think this is more recent, though, with... Forgive me if I pronounce her name wrong. Mia or Maya Marcano or Marcano. She was a 19-year-old Florida college student who disappeared after being constantly harassed by a maintenance worker in her apartment complex who had access to her apartment. Her body was found today. Women aren't even safe in our own homes. And the lady that shared this, again, Felicia Ben with 3 N's, she said, I had this experience in my last apartment. I wish I spoke up. Rest in peace to this woman. So the first problem I see out of this is the fact that the man they gave the maintenance man access to the apartment. And I know normally they have to have some sort of access to people's apartment or whatever to fix things or whatever, but clearly we see here men like him use that to a great advantage and just take advantage of women. This girl probably done, and she probably even, at first I was thinking, why didn't she report the man or what was wrong with her, whatever, but she looked like the type that she tried to report this man every day. Or she reported him numerous times and nobody did anything. Because they was probably betting in on it or whatever. But we got another point made. We have another woman that has went missing, and they found her body because another man couldn't take rejection. I couldn't imagine how she must have felt when he must have broke into her house and did whatever with her. So I just don't understand. And then it was another case I don't know how long ago this was. I don't have the post for it, but I remember it clear as day. I think it was these group of women, and black women, by the way, again. And it was this black man that walked up to one of the women, and I guess he was feeling her, and he was flirting with her, wanted to get to know her and all of that. And she was politely saying, no, thank you. You don't know, that girl could have been going through mental issues or whatever, or not even, just sometimes we just simply don't want the attention. Can't y'all get that? We simply just don't want, we don't want none of that from y'all. So we proceed to say, no, thank you. So what would the normal human being expect the other human being to do? Walk away. Like, it's not that serious, as I said. I'm tired of hearing this. Us black women deserve more respect. I'm going to say it again, and I said what I said. Us black women deserve more respect. And I'm tired of it. I really am. I don't care what no man, no woman says. This is my opinion. And if you need mental help, just say that then. Like, if you got battle scars that need to be cured, just say that. Like, don't go out here harassing women and start wilding out on them because your ego is scarred. And, like, yeah, rejection from anyone or anywhere feels bad, but, like, that never gives you the right to be fighting and beating on women in the street. And like I said, it's just a very overlooked issue. And it should be all over the news. It should be all over everything. I feel like it's not getting enough coverage. Like, did anyone realize that this huge issue has been like a reoccurrence that has been happening for years with women? Like, we could even go into girls and women as well as men too. Boys too, they get them too. Like, getting snatched off the street and sold into either sex trafficking or slave trafficking. One of the two is no good, never to be seen again. And, like, that's a rare case if they are to be seen again, but that's another topic for another time. Trafficking. Like, I myself have never been, like, assaulted or chased after or outright just directly disrespected by a man out in the street like that, but I've definitely been catcalled at or stared in a weird way or intensely and all of that crap by either a grown man and men who look close to my age. And I could definitely describe the feeling in those moments. I felt scared as heck. I felt like I had to dig in my pocket because I do have mace, pepper spray, whatever you want to call it. I have self-defense that I brought. Amazon, y'all. Amazon. It's cheap. Go on Amazon. No excuse. Protect yourselves. And I felt like I was about to use it at times. Thank God I never had to use it, but I felt like, from the stares I would get, so I know that feeling. To feel like you not safe. And again, it was by my own people that this was happening, It shouldn't be like that, but it is. That's how the world is. So self-protection is everything. And we as women, especially black women, and we already at the bottom of this dumb society, so we need to start enforcing in self-protection, y'all. Self-protection. And if there's anyone out there, like, that's listening who knows a friend or a friend of a friend or someone who knows that friend who sells, like, self-protection kits or something like that, anything that could prevent you from getting snatched or whatever, please reach out to me. So, if you do, I could share it to those who need it as well as myself. Again, I never had to use my mace once yet, but I will if I have to. And I encourage all females to get your gun license, please, because I will, right along with my mother. I will shoot someone if I have to. And, it may sound funny, but it's not a laughing matter, y'all. It's really not. It's not. because women, again, especially black women and girls, have and are still going missing and getting killed, shot, badly injured, you know, over men's self-hatred issues and not getting what they want and bruise her egos. This also goes into what I'm going to call, I hate the word because someone find a word and start to use it and give it out to this generation. Y'all will overuse a word to death like a broken record, as my mother would say. And y'all overuse it to the 10th degree, y'all. I'm tired of it. By then, you know what word I'm talking about. Toxic. Instead of saying toxic masculinity, I'm gonna say negative masculinity. Yes, I'm matching it with the term because I'm tired of that word. It goes into negative masculinity, and negative masculinity is a whole nother topic. It is in fact a thing, as well as negative femininity. We do both sides in this podcast. That's just a disclaimer. We do both sides. I will be talking about men too and y'all struggles, boys, men, how y'all could grow up. How y'all go through y'all emotions, ups and downs, twists and turns, and all types of stuff. We do both sides over here, like I said. So keep that disclaimer in mind. I am not here to only, just mention my gender or my side of things. I am not like that. I am all about what's right and wrong. It ain't my side, her side, your side, his side. It's not that. It's what's right and wrong. And that's what I grew up off of. So, I also wanted to mention to y'all men, if y'all got a friend who condones this mess, these actions towards like females, and you condone it too, check yourself, please. And tell your friend to check himself. If you ain't like that and you got a friend who condones that type of stuff and you witnessed him disrespecting a female in the street just because she rejected him, tell him to check himself. I don't care if he is your friend. I don't care. True friends will check their friends and vice versa. And I get rejection could hurt, but it ain't all that damn serious to be wilding out and calling a girl out her name because you butt hurt. Because in all truth, it ain't about the girl. It's about how you can't even look inside yourself and deal with your bottled up BS. And that's just that, like Denzel and Ricky says, I said what I said and I'll say it again. So, this was today's episode, y'all. Stay tuned for more #vulnerable hour, more collabs coming up, and more juicy topics, more heavy topics. We get heavy on here, we get funny, all of that and then some. And again, ladies, please protect yourself, protect your sisters. Men, protect yourself too, because women can be just as crazy. But yeah, see y'all next time.